You're still using class guards. Here are the 3 reasons to switch today. If you're still writing injectable classes with a canActivate interface to protect your routes, you're officially using deprecated patterns. As Angular has moved on, functional guards are no longer just an alternative. They are the standard. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why class-based guards are holding your application back and how switching to the functional guards will make your code cleaner, faster, and much easier to test. We are moving from the heavy boilerplate to the lean functional logic that leverages the full power of the modern Angular router. So, the first reason here to switch is the massive reduction in the boilerplate. So let me show you the code. Okay, first of all, here's the project that I created for the sake of this tutorial. Here, also you can download it from my Git repository, and I'll put the link in the description of this video. So here in the source app, core and guards folder, we have these reasons shown like this. So the first reason, as I said, is the massive reduction in the boilerplate code. So here's on the screen the class-based guard, and next to that, I'll just open to compare a functional guard. So both of these are doing the same thing. And the difference here is that the first one, class-based guard, has like 23 lines of code here, where we are talking about the boilerplate, and the functional guard has 10 lines of code, and they are both doing the same thing. So I'll let me move it here. Okay, so as you can see here, the old class-based approach, you had there to define like an injectable class, or the decorator here, and to implement an interface like canActivate, and then define a constructor just to get your services. With the functional guards, like the canActivate function, you define a simple constant function. You do not need the class wrapper or the interface implementation or the constructor. This makes just guards like files like significantly smaller and easier to read. According to the official documentation, you can generate these directly using the Angular CLI with the ng generate guard. So I'm just show you that as well. Going back down, so I'll just create a guard. So ng, g as a generate, and g as a guard. I'm using these short versions, and we can just add like some guard or something. Okay, hit enter, and then it will prompt us to select which type of guard we want to create here. So I'm just selecting the canActivate, hitting space and enter. Now you're gonna see in the route in the root folder, it is going to generate, it actually generated this something guard here. So I'm just going here to show that. So the reason why I'm showing you that is actually to see, let me just close these, to see that a new way of creating these guards is actually using a functional approach here. So Angular CLI is generating the functional guards, so the canActivate function here, as you can see. So that's the reason I said that the class guards are deprecated. Actually, the pattern is deprecated. Now we can move to the reason number 2 here. So in our guards folder, we're going to open this reason number 2, and the reason number 2 is the power of the inject function. So in a functional guard, you don't have a constructor, as you could see. So you use the inject function to get your dependencies. For example, inside of the out guard, you simply call the const out service, inject out service, and this is just not a syntax change. It allows for much more flexible composition. So you can create a factory-like functions to return guards, making your logic highly reusable. The documentation shows how it works for canActivate, canActivate child, and even canDeactivate. It is cleaner and works perfectly with Angular's dependency injection system without the overhead of of the class instantiations. So that was the reason number 2. You have these descriptions here. And going to the reason number 3 here. You just select it. Okay, we're opening. So the reason number 3 is actually the performance and the stability. Functional guards are just like, sorry, I didn't click. Okay, the functional guards are just like functions, which makes them inherently more tree shakeable. If a guard is not used, it's easier for the build tools to remove it compared to the class-based provider. When it comes to the testing, you can test the function directly without needing to worry about class instances, test beds, setups, or for the class wrapper. Furthermore, the functional guards like CanMatch allow for advanced scenarios like feature flagging or A/B testing, where you can try different routes if a guard returns false. Something like that is much more natural to write in a functional style. So that was the reason number 3 why should you switch here. So also this application, let me show you that. So we are using the out service here and feature service to check if a user has a feature to access this. So also using these new functional guards. Switching to functional guards is a no-brainer for Angular 20, 21 and beyond. You get less code, better performance, and more modern API. Remember, as the documentation warns, never rely on client-side guards as your only source of access control. Always enforce authorization on the server side as well. Now, if you want to keep optimizing your Angular apps, you need to see why Angular class binding actually outperforms ng class by a lot. Click the video on the screen now to learn how to drop ng class for a faster alternative. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Bye.